We've all been there. Stakeholder goes silent on you. You wait weeks for a contract that never comes, or you finally get a reply from someone who hasn't responded in weeks and it feels more like an excuse than an actual answer. It is so frustrating. And it's human nature to take it personally and want to reply honestly with something that could potentially burn the bridge. Welcome to episode 7 of Real Talk. Today we're talking about one of the hardest but most powerful leadership moves, and that's assuming positive intent. And this is such an important part of managing your stakeholder relationships overall, and it's, really a way to flex your emotional intelligence, but man, it is not easy, especially if this type of stuff happens more than once. The frustration just builds and builds, and it takes so much self-control and a lot of practice. Try to always assume positive intent. Not because everyone else deserves it, forget everyone else, but because you deserve that peace of mind and to be in a stronger position to reply to them or respond to them. If you can make that mental shift, it protects your emotional state and it protects the relationship, at least until you know the full story. It helps you respond to them with more clarity instead of what could be unneeded frustration and lashing out. And of course, sometimes you'll find out that someone was dishonest or disrespectful and they did have malintent. And in those cases, you don't let it slide. Absolutely not. You set boundaries and you address it with facts. But even then, you're starting from a calmer, stronger place. You can have all the feelings that you want. But to quote the wonderful T. Swift, if you lose your shit, you lose your leadership. So just try to remember that most people aren't plotting against you. They're buried in their own chaos. Assuming that they have positive intent isn't about giving them a free pass. It's about keeping your power. Because you can't take back a bridge that you burned based on an assumption. And that's it for this week's episode of Real Talk. I'm Gabriella Rabuccio. If you want more stakeholder management tips like this, you can check out www.proeventtips.com or connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm always happy to have these conversations.